Good day, Rescue Enjoyers. I have been right, 'cause it's time for Profit Review. Last week we discussed the July 25, 2024 Rustore, and that means today we're here to discuss August 1st. So sit back, relax, I'm going to start yapping. Right, so I'm sure many of you are aware what this type of video is about. Basically, with every Rustore that we have, we will return to it in 4 weeks' time and discuss, did everything turn out quite alright? Did everything match up to our expectations? In short, I'll look at the likes of the Rustore, I'll talk about my initial thoughts, what did I think when I saw these skins when they first appeared, I'll talk about what looked to be a pretty interesting looking investment, and of course I'll talk about the progress of the skins, how much did they sell, did everything look alright, were there any questionable things, and then of course we'll finish off with the conclusion discussing did everything match up to the expectations. If not, I have to sit here and explain why. Sounds good? Let's get started. Let's talk about the likes of the initial thoughts. So, to my surprise, just a few weeks before this, we had the likes of Commando Tier 3 being accepted. Okay, yeah, that's very nice. Another black collection. Kind of, somewhat soonish compared to the likes of Legacy Kevlar, but hey, it's been 6 months. We'll accept that. 3 weeks later, another one was accepted. Black Diamond. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. So, 2 active blackout alternative options. Well then, that's a bit questionable, isn't it? But of course, I look over to the left and we see an interesting looking garage door, ultramarine, looking ever so nice, calm looking. Perhaps a lot of people might appreciate that. Perhaps we might see a collection out of it. I look over to the right, neon lighthouse door. Could this be the beginning of a neon monuments collection? And then I look over to here, a glow-in-the-dark bow, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. And then we have another quarantine skin being accepted. At that point it was like, oh cool, we're getting a bit of a quarantine resurgence, that's nice to see. Beyond Reason wooden door looking ever so nice and cool. An AK being accepted just before the August Twitch drops, oh dear, what's that all about? I'll explain in a bit. And then an Adobe furnace, which doesn't really light up that much. Alright, well, looking at all of these skins, what's looking to be a pretty interesting looking investment? Well, as I hop over to here and look into the past, I will remind everybody that I wasn't feeling confident in all of these skins. I thought, you know what, at some point, I will not be surprised. We will see all of these go below the Rustore price. That was an expectation, and well, we'll discuss that a little bit later. So still, at the end of the day, what was still looking to be potentially a nice skin to consider investing into, by default I looked at the likes of the Black Diamond collection. Either Commando or Black Diamond surely will get a continuation in the future in regards to clothing and armour. So yeah, I looked at that and thought, alright, at the very least I'm going to keep an eye on the likes of that. Then I looked at the likes of the Ultramarine garage door. I thought, okay, you know what? We're about to get 2 very interesting garage doors as Twitch drops. Maybe it doesn't sell too much. Maybe we do get collection continuations. Maybe things do work out for Ultramarine. With a $3 price, I thought maybe it doesn't sell too much. Maybe. Then I looked at the likes of all the other skins. I was making some considerations and I thought maybe the likes of the Quarantine Rock would do quite alright. At this point, many Quarantine weapon skins have been performing very, very nicely. I thought maybe the Rock could follow suit. Well, we'll see. And then, of course, I looked at the likes of the Neon Lighthouse Sheet Metal Door. I stuck with a very straightforward point of, and I've said it many times in the past, all the sheet metal doors that came out in 2024 were in the negative. I looked at that and by default I thought, yeah, I'm definitely going to be able to pick that up for a cheaper price with a simple buy order because it just wasn't reliable. Yeah. Then I looked at the likes of all the other skins. I considered the likes of the Beyond Reason wooden door. Looks really cool. In game, I was like very impressed. But would we actually see a continuation? And do people care enough about wooden door skins? I've said it many times in the past. Wooden doors, you only really use them for a certain amount of time, on the standard server. In other servers, yeah, maybe you could use a wooden door and it doesn't matter. They'd be indestructible potentially, depends on the type of server you play on and basically, but yeah. So, I'd love to see more of it. Let's see what becomes of that. And then I looked at the likes of the remaining skins, Heater AK-47, Neon Wire Bow, Adobe Furnace, just wasn't feeling it. I knew that we're getting 2 very good looking Twitch drops for AK-47s and I just couldn't help but assume this was going to just drop off like most weapon skins. Most AK-47 skins, to be precise. I just instantly looked at it and thought, yeah, that's gone down to about less than $1 at a certain point. Yeah. What else can I say? Then I looked at the likes of the Neon Wire Bow, a glow-in-the-dark bow skin. We have had this happen before, and unfortunately, the other bow didn't exactly hold up very well. Kind of went down in price pretty hard. Actually, there's 2 of them. We have the glow-in-the-dark From Hell bow and the pumpkin bow. But more specifically, I remembered the initial behaviour of the pumpkin bow. That was a Halloween skin that came out in 2023. whilst it went down in price very quickly and quite low to a point where it was less than 90 cents, I did remember that did get pumped and went all the way up to about $9 at one point during 2024, funnily enough. But it's just not something to rely upon, so wasn't feeling it. And then it was the Adobe Furnace that I left for last. And unfortunately, it just didn't really stand out very well. In short, when you light it up, it didn't even light up. Yes, the actual interior did, but there's no interesting pattern or emission layer. You get the idea, I'm sure. So wasn't really feeling it. Plus the Adobe building skin, it's not exactly holding up very well. Basically, there's been many other deplorables in relation to Adobe that have come out in the past, and unfortunately, they're not doing very well. Now, the big crux with the likes of all the skins in this roster was mainly due to the fact that, well, Twitch drops. Yep, pretty much a lot of the skins that had come out for August 1st, well, there was other skins that are being given away for free, as you can see right there, and I'll be honest with you, they kind of looked a little bit more interesting. The skins in the current roster, it really did feel like they're going to struggle to retain attention. They're going to struggle to keep people interested in them. So now that we acknowledge that, let's go ahead and take a look at what the first 24 hours of sales look like, and I'll be honest with you, pleasantly surprised. We knew that we were going to get two fairly interesting looking Garage Door skins given away for free, whereas the Ultramarine Garage Door was selling at $3 a piece. Kind of pricey, and yet 24 hours in, 12,000 subscribers. Alright, fair enough. Props to you, people clearly liked it, which definitely motivated us with the idea of, well, surely we're going to see a sequel, a continuation. Will it be accepted? It certainly is selling very well. Maybe Face Punch would be taking a liking to it. Okay, cool. Black Diamond Tier 3? Well, looking at the state of this, it did look like it was selling more than compared to the likes of Commando. So, alright, okay, maybe it does sell a fair bit more, with it being considerably a little bit more affordable. Commando obviously was $4 a piece, so that was a bit questionable. So, yeah, this appearing definitely kind of caused some problems for Commando. We'll talk more about that in a bit. And then, of course, with all the other skins, they're selling all right. Not too bad, but as I said, with the likes of the Twitch drops, kind of not surprising either. So, as we hop back over to here and then look at the likes of the Abnormal Barders, on the Wednesday night, just before the roster rotation the very next day, Ultramarine Garage Door reached all the way up to 28,000 subscribers. So yeah, I thought, yeah, maybe that's not going to sell too much initially, but nope. As you can see right there, that did very, very nicely. And in terms of the likes of all the other skins, well, as expected, Black Diamond Tier 3 did in fact end up selling more compared to the likes of Commando. That right there did 19,000 plus subscribers for the face mask and 17,700 subscribers by the time we reached, for the chest plate there, by the time we reached Wednesday night. So, yeah, that had clearly eclipsed it, but we've got to keep them, keep in our heads. Would the likes of Black Diamond, Commando, be competing with each other? Would there be problems? Hey, we had to keep an eye on the likes of the workshop to see if anything was going to happen. And I will point this out to you, at that point specifically, we didn't immediately see an instant Black Diamond continuation appear on that weekend. So, alright, we're not getting anything instantly, but we have to be prepared for anything. And then with the likes of all the other skins, Neon Lighthouse Sheet Metal Door did over 16,000 subscribers at this point. Kind of surprising, but kind of a bit worrying as well. As I said, Sheet Metal Doors aren't exactly very reliable. And then all the other skins, they sold alright, not too bad. So let's go ahead and talk about the prices we suggested. So in terms of all the abnormals, I looked at the likes of the Ultramarine Garage Door, and I sat here and said, look, I don't fully know if we're definitely going to see the continuation being accepted. One thing I failed to point out was we did see that. The skin creator immediately put out the likes of a very interesting skin, which I'll be bringing up in a bit. And I have to question at that specific point, well, we're going to get an instant continuation. Will this be a very interesting, deplorable collection? Well, I had to kind of question, well, there's definitely going to be more Garage Doors for sure. I mean, in Rust Doors, Twitch drops, wouldn't be surprised. 2024 was being a bit ridiculous with them, and I expected it to continue. I looked at it and I played it safe. I went $1 to $1.50. I thought, I'm questioning it. I feel like it's still going to go down in price, around October time, where most skins are expected to, reach their lowest point. So I went $1 to $1.50. If I'm not super confident in something, I take a step back, I play it safe. So yeah, you've probably watched enough videos in regards to profit review to realise this by now. Then, of course, when it came to likes the Black Diamond Tier 3, well, yeah, okay. It is competing with Commando, but with this selling a fair bit more, maybe it took away all the thunder, all the attention. I felt like I could probably go between the likes of $1.30 to $2. I just had to be very careful and monitor the buy orders because, if this ended up struggling as well, I'm going to want to remove that $2 barter, aren't I? So, all right, it was okay for me. I could afford it to push up to $2, but yeah, had to keep an eye and had to keep an eye out for the likes of any potential problems that might arise. You never know, maybe Commando gets a collection continuation. Anyway, moving on. With the likes of Neon Lighthouse Sheep in the Door, just wasn't like, I didn't have that much belief in it. I went with 80 cents to $1.10. With the likes of the Neon Wire Bow, no faith in a glow in the dark bow. We made a demonstration during the likes of the Rustle rotation. People can see you at night when you use it. Why do you want to be seen at night? Why do you want to be giving yourself that disadvantage? So I went with 60 cents to 80 cents. It was a $2 skin, but I fully expected it to drop off. So yeah, and it wasn't anything like the Pumpkin Bow. Pumpkin Bow did like 4,500 subscribers. That did 13,600. There's quite a lot of them. I definitely didn't think it was going to retain value or interest. I didn't want to go anywhere near it. So, 60 cents to 80 cents. And then with the likes of the Beyond Reason Wooden Door, cool looking skin. A collection continuation was put out very quickly. A rug skin, if I can recall. We'll talk about that in a bit. And yeah, I still decided to only go with 50 cents to 70 cents as my buy order. I was playing it safe. I just couldn't trust it, I'm afraid. And then, with the likes of the remaining skins that weren't abnormal, Quarantine Rock, I thought, you know what, you probably have a fairly decent chance of performing exactly like the weapon skins, except the AK. So I went with 80 cents to $1.20. I still expected it to drop off, but not down too badly. Maybe up to about like $1.50. And with a $1.20 buy order, I'm pretty sure I could have picked some of those up. Cool. Heater AK-47, really, really didn't trust it. 60 cents to 80 cents. Two very cool Twitch drops. Falcon AK-47 and Mr. Tora 1005's absolutely fabulous looking AK-47. They're going to be given away for free. Fully expected that to suffer. I did not expect it to retain any interest. And then the Adobe Furnace. I pretty much didn't even want to do a buy order. I just said 50 cents to 60 cents, and I don't think I did a buy order. Didn't trust it, didn't believe in it. Right, so just to point this out to all of you, I didn't buy any skins. Not directly, I should say. I did buy some skins with buy orders. Oh, yes, I did. So let's now go back over to here, and let's discuss the outcomes. How did everything turn out? Well, as you can see, it's basically all in the red. Let's start off with the likes of the Ultramarine collection, because that flourished. Oh, okay then, what's this? So I want to bring this up to all of you. SCMM to APP, it only refreshes every day. Steam's been awkward now, so SCMM has to comply. But if we go over to here, look at it on the Steam market, is it less than $3? No, it's not. But it has definitely dipped down to that point. This has been a bit odd, but as you can see, we got the likes of the large box being accepted literally the very next week, then the sheep at the door, then the sleeping bag. And with every acceptance, whilst this initially starts to go down in price towards the end of the week, oh, no acceptance, back up. Oh, next week, oh, no acceptance, back up. It's been held up ever so nicely with the support of extra continuations. But it has gone below its restore price at certain points. So, yes, it did turn out that we were going to get continuations, and yes, of course, with new continuations, more specifically, new deplorables for the deplorable collection, it's held up the prices of the deplorable skins, and they haven't gone dramatically down. But literally, just this past week, it was the first instance where we did not see an Ultramarine deplorable skin being accepted, and, well, I mean, yeah, it's starting to get a little bit funny, starting to look a little bit questionable. With the barders that we see here, the highest barter there is $2.20, but with October just around the corner, after we've just wrapped up the likes of August, things are going to get very questionable. If we don't see any more Ultramarine skins being accepted for a while, that is going to drop off. Yeah, so it's nice to see how things turned out. Was I wrong with my pricing? I definitely looked at it in terms of the long term. I do believe this will be dropping off. And with the barter support, I don't imagine that would be keeping it up forever. Inevitably, as I said, there will be more garage doors, there will be more Twitch drops and whatnot. Compare it to the likes of all the previous years. Unfortunately, we're very likely reaching up to about 30 in total. And we're not that far off. We've basically nearly matched up with the likes of the previous years already. And we still have another 4 months to go. Yep. With more Twitch drops literally on the horizon. So there. In regards to that, short term, hey, it got acceptances. I expected the risk of it. I didn't want to risk my money, of course. So obviously I missed out. But in the long term, I still believe I'll be working out quite all right. So my prediction, it was right in one regard, but just because I didn't want to risk it, I failed to capitalize, and you get the idea. Cool. Black Diamond Tier 3, how you doing right now? $2.30 and $1.90. Now listen, I suggested $1.30 to $2. And yes, I have been keeping an eye on the likes of the prices recently. So, yeah, I should point out with this week's Rustore, as in the most recent Rustore at the very end of August, we, of course, did get a continuation for Commando. We have not seen a continuation for Black Diamond in a very long time. Now, I'm under the assumption that the skin creator for the likes of Black Diamond is fully well aware that recently, most of the skins that were accepted were early picks. So, with September Force Wipe literally being the very next Rustore now, the skin creator's probably thinking, well, there's going to be a lot of very curious people wanting to jump in with the new update, with a lot of interesting details being added. I should probably wait until wait until it's the September Force Wipe Rustore, and with the weekend just before that, release maybe some Black Diamond hoodie and pants or Black Diamond Tier 2. We shall see, because that hasn't actually happened yet. Funnily enough, Monday is just going to be very soon, and we're going to find out then. But with the Commando hoodie and pants, this lost attention. It's gone down in price a fair bit. Some people did dump, unfortunately, onto the likes of me, but I'm still pretty confident we'll still see the likes of Black Diamond continuations. Maybe not anytime soon, potentially, but eventually, right? Eventually. I feel confident in that. A Bad Trip skin, surely we'll see a full collection. So, alright then, maybe you did drop off a fair bit with the price suggestions and whatnot. I haven't been wrong so far. It has gone down a little bit more here, but I did remove my build for the chest plate. Whereas with the face mask, I feel like that's still going to be doing a bit better, so I've kept my build on that. So cool. It is what it is. In regards to that, we've got to wait and see if we do get the continuations. I did pick up a bunch of these for a cheaper price on my builders. I didn't buy them from the Rust store, and I didn't need to. So I technically saved money in picking these up. Hopefully, we do see a continuation. And much like where we saw the likes of the Commander hoodie and pants being accepted, the Tier 3 armor for this did spike in price. I hope to see something like that happen with these. Alright, I've got my investment. Let's now see the profit. So, in regards to that, I feel like I was correct there. Looking at the Neon Lighthouse door, I have to bring this up. Saddest, the skin creator did continue a Neon Monument collection. After this, he produced the sheet metal double door, and after that, a garage door. Now, right now, you can clearly see that this is still in the negative, but when the sheet metal double door was accepted, this did get bought out. It did go back up into the positive. Took me by surprise, but inevitably it's gone back down again. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. All the sheet metal doors, all the ones that came out in 2024, they're still in that horrible, awkward position where they're all in the negative. It's unfortunate, but it's a routine that keeps on happening, and I was correct to call it out. I suggested 80 cents to $1.10, and at the moment, that seems to be a perfectly fine suggestion. Let's see how much lower it could potentially go as we get closer and closer to October. But as of now, my expectation has been met to a point. Let's see how it progresses from here. Alright then, and with the likes of Quarantine Rock, wasn't super sure. As I've said, all the weapon skins except the AK, they've been doing pretty alright. Now, we did have the likes of the Thompson previously. Now, when the Rock was accepted, this was actually up by 5%. It wasn't really a good thing to compare to, but it was still doing okay. But now it's gone down by 8%. If this is it at its worst, I'm not complaining. But now we look at the Rock specifically, and as you can see, it has gone down a fair bit, but right now it's currently sitting in that position that I was estimating, the $1.50 pricing. There's only 39 of these on the Steam market. The builders only gone up to $1.10, so it looks like a lot of people did end up removing their builders that are around $1.20. Maybe they got dumped on. Yeah, so it's September now, but looking at the state of this, it definitely looks like it could still go lower. Maybe it goes down to $1 or so. Who we shall see. I don't think I was fully correct on that. I still think it's okay to pick up a bunch of these for around this price. Remember, give it some time, much like what happened to all the other, or most of the other weapon skins here in this collection. It took them a while, and then they flourished, right? We've still not gone through waiting for a while, so it's a bit 50-50 there, but hey, if you think I'm wrong, you can point that out to me. Feel free to comment below. Then we move on to the likes of the Neon Wire Bow. Now this has done reasonably okay to retain value, but it's still slowly slipping, slowly descending downwards more and more and more. The highest buy order, 95 cents, and yep, then it goes down to about 80-ish. Yeah, this has basically dropped off as expected. Glow-in-the-dark weapons, they do not hold up very nicely because people do not want to be seen at night time. And yeah, if you're primitive and you got that bow, you're only putting a massive target on yourself, so you get the idea. Wasn't exactly like the best thing to consider, and I did sit there and say I only wanted to do 60 cents to 80 cents and give it some time. Wouldn't be surprised if people who went with that suggestion will be picking up a bunch of these over the course of the next couple months. So yeah, it is what it is. People just do not like glow-in-the-dark weapons. It's happened many, many times. I've taken notice, and clearly, yeah, that matched up to expectations. Moving on, Beyond Reason Wooden Door. So as I said, there was a very cool looking, continuation, but they just weren't accepted. So we've had the likes of rugs, we've had the likes of bags, we've even had the likes of a sheet with a door. None of them accepted, unfortunately. I don't know what they've done wrong. I think Face Punch just probably wanted a one-off. But yeah, that's a bit sad, isn't it? Because I really did think this was going to work out ever so nicely. A Tarot-style skin, but no, I didn't want it. And I should point out, I did also bring up the fact that it's a wooden door and they tend to be very unreliable, as you can see here. Look at all the wooden doors, except the Easter skin, which apparently is being manipulated again. Yep. But yeah, down 61, down 48, down 59, down 30. Yeah, you get the idea. As I said, wasn't fully in the belief it was going to be A-OK. But a continuation definitely would have been nice, but yeah, this did match up to expectations. I went with a 50 cent to 70 cent buy order. It's now currently sitting here at just slightly below $1. So yeah, if you manage to pick up a bunch of these for about 50 cents or 70 cents, congrats, I guess. How many of these sell a day? Let's just quickly go find out. 7. I mean, it's fine, I guess. Yeah, yeah, all right, then, fair enough. So, cool. I really do hope to see a continuation later this year, but yeah, it's up to the skin creators if they wish to pursue continuing that. And here we have the Heater AK-47. Oh, look, it's sitting here at 93 cents. Who would have guessed? Yeah. Look, by default, AKs end up in this position most of the time anyway. So, yeah, we are not surprised. We are not surprised in the slightest. But as I quickly hop out of here and take a look at all the recent AKs we've had, just want to really make a big point about how during around the same time, we had those very, very, very cool looking AK-47s being given away for free. This one and this one. I literally made a video showcasing them. I saw them up close. They looked absolutely amazing. So, is there anything else I need to say? Yeah, it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Now, funnily enough, we did get a collection continuation for the Heater AK-47. It was a SAR, and at the moment, that's basically getting closer and closer to matching up like this. Yeah, it is what it is. Then we have the Adobe Furnace. Now, we have had some previous Adobe deplorable skins and whatnot, and you know what? Let's go take a look at all of them real quickly, because unfortunately, as I said, pretty much every single one of them is down really badly. Now, the sheet metal door, funnily enough, it did get bought out. There was a bit of a pump. I do believe it's still going on. As you can see, it's currently sitting here at about $2. Not sure where this is currently going, but it certainly wasn't here before we saw the likes of the furnace. And yeah, get a look at that. It just kind of magically goes up. Yep. So it did have a bit of an impact, I guess you could sit there and say. I'm just not sure if it's genuine. So, hey, we brought it up regardless. So, yeah, kind of down how much? You're sitting here at 77 cents. Oh. Okay, yeah. It doesn't help, as I said, we had the likes of Valaire's very cute furnace being given away for free. So, yeah, but it is what it is. But, yeah, look at that. It's down. And the barders, oof. So, yeah, it is what it is. This basically mostly matched up to expectations, didn't it? Fairly straightforward. But, what we see here, I mean, give it some time, that'll be in the red as well. We're going to be seeing a lot of rust stores that all end up in the red. It's that bad time, yep. So as you can see, we've wrapped up August. We're now dabbling into the likes of September. We're now starting to see the likes of the player count averages going down. Less people will be playing, less demand for skins, lower skin prices, less skins being bought in rust stores. And whilst all of those skins very likely will still go down into the negative, very unfortunate to see, if they do end up retaining some interest when it's good times again, post-Christmas 2025, or the summer of 2025, they could easily rebound and go back up in price ever so nicely because there's not many of them to go around. That is definitely a point I've been bringing up with the likes of the more recent rustors. Well, we've got to wait a long time until we can actually look back and, check in on these, but I'm sure you get the idea. So, with the likes of the Black Diamond, we'll see if we get a continuation. Ultramarine, let's see if we do get a fifth skin being accepted. Neon Monuments, let's see if you can beat the free Deplorable Curse. Ultramarine did, so can you too as well. Quarantine, more gun skins perhaps, we see. Neon Wire, you did actually end up dabbling back into the likes of armoured doors and double doors and whatnot, so let's see if you've returned to deplorables, and yeah, all the other skins, you tried your best. So, guys, did you manage to make any profit? Was I right with my predictions? Do you fully believe that? I think I was mostly. I think I got the prices reasonably correct. As I said, by default, fully expect them all of these skins to suffer eventually. They are currently. They're going to get worse potentially, so yeah, feel free to comment below. I hope you appreciate the video. I hope you're keeping an eye on certain themes and whatnot. Lots of things keep happening over and over and whatnot. So yeah, cool. Thank you very much for watching me. I greatly appreciate it. Have a splendid week. Keep an eye on all the barters you've done over the past year, because if prices are going down, you don't want to get dumped on. Monitor your barters. All right? All good? Catch you later. See you and goodbye.